What's up, YouTube friends? Now, I've had an extremely busy August helping a buddy of mine do some landscaping around his pool he just put in. In between back-breaking work, I've been trying to can as much as I can, but it's been really hard to find time to grab that camera also. So today I'm going to show you how I'm going to can up my pork and beans, and I'll be using the dry bean method. Now, I recently got a comment on one of my other bean videos saying that this was not a ball approved recipe, and I'm sure it's not. In all my canning videos, I always stress that if you're new to canning, definitely do not take my word for it and go do some research on your own. I've been doing it this way for 8, maybe even 10 years now, and it works just fine for me. I'm not dead yet, I'm still living with Mother. So if you're interested in learning how I can up my pork and beans, stay tuned. So this recipe makes about 12 pints of beans. So I already went ahead and I rinsed and picked through 3 pounds of navy beans. And I'll go ahead and leave all the ingredients and the amounts down below in the description box. I also went ahead and I chopped up 3 medium-sized onions with my Vidalia Chop Wizard. And I'm not one to promote kitchen gadgets. I think most of them just clutter up the kitchen. But if you're a canner or you like to dehydrate, this thing will save you time. I also chopped up about 6 ounces of salt pork. You could also use thick cut smoked bacon if you don't have salt pork. And I'm just going to set these 3 things off here to the side for 1 minute and work on my tomato sauce. So in my pot here, I'm going to go ahead and put 4½ cups of water. Next, I'm going to add 3 15-ounce cans of tomato sauce. I happen to just have a 29-ounce can here and a 15-ounce can. I'm then going to add about a teaspoon of yellow mustard, and I'm just going to eyeball it. Three tablespoons of molasses. If you don't like the flavor of molasses, just use honey. And I'm also just going to eyeball this. 1, 2, 3. And finally, 1/3 cup of brown sugar. Now I'm just going to take this over to my stove and bring it up to a boil. Now in the meantime, I'm going to just pack my jars. Now these are fresh out of the dishwasher and they're still warm. My hands are nice and clean. And I'm going to put 1/2 cup of dry beans per jar. Once I have my beans in my jar, I'm then going to split my onion between all 12 jars. It's about 2 to 3 tablespoons per jar. Now that the onions are in, I'm going to add about 2 pieces of salt pork per jar. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but you're also going to need a stock pot full of boiling water to top off our jars. So now we just need to wait for our tomato sauce to come up to a boil, and I'll bring you right back. Alright guys, so I have my tomato sauce right here, and it's come to a boil. Off camera here, I have my stock pot full of boiling water. I went ahead and I stuck my lids into some hot water. So now all I'm going to do is put 1 cup of my tomato sauce per jar. And the great thing about this ladle here, it's 1 cup. Now I'm just going to take my debubbling tool and make sure there's no air bubbles. So now I'm just going to top off each jar with boiling water, leaving a 1-inch headspace, and 1 inch is this first ring right here. Now you just want to take some vinegar and a clean paper towel, and I'm going to make sure my rims are nice and clean. Now any of this leftover vinegar I'm going to go ahead and throw in my canner because I have hard water here, and that just helps the outside from getting cloudy. Next I'm going to stick a lid onto each jar. And now using my handy dandy canning mitt, video coming soon, I'm going to grab a ring, my hot jar, and I'm going to screw it down so it's fingertip tight. Then I'm going to go ahead and set these into the canner. So now I'm just going to stick my lid on my pressure canner by lining up my arrows and locking it. Now I had my pressure canner all ready to go. I had about 4 quarts of water here at the bottom, and that's what my pressure canner calls for. I inspected my spitcock and my ring to make sure everything is okay. So now I'm just going to let this come up to heat until a steady stream of steam starts spewing out of this spitcock. At that point, I'm going to time it for 10 minutes before adding my weight. Once I add my weight, I'm going to let it come up to pressure. For my area, it's 11 pounds of pressure before I start my timing. And for pints, it's 75 minutes. I'm going to slowly lower my heat to maintain that 11 pounds of pressure, making sure that it never goes under that 11 pounds of pressure. If it does, you'll have to start your timing all over again. Alright guys, so that's my last jar from the pressure canner, and as you can see, they're still bubbling away. I got 12 pints here, and one thing I love about pressure canning is during the cool down cycle, when you're waiting to take the lid off, the whole house just smells like whatever you're pressure canning. These pork and beans smell great. I hope you give this recipe a try. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and if you'd like to be notified as to when I post a video, hit the bell button. You can also find me on Scrappy's Patch on Facebook and Twitter. If you have a question about this video or any of my other videos, leave me a comment down below. And as always, thanks for watching. Happy canning. They're pinging away over here. And I'll see you next time.